How's it, guys? Rick here from SVNTY Offroad. Look, it's been a hot minute since I've done a video on one of these guys, the Starlink Mini. And I did promise, the first video we did 4 months ago or so, I did promise that I would get a video on the final Starlink rack mounting system we have for these. And I never did, so I do apologize for that. It's been a busy few months, and yeah, well, you know, we're here now. So let's have a look at them. Okay, so this is the finished product. This is the final one. I have a white Perspex on this one. It is available in the clear and the black, as I'll go through that in a little bit. The main changes from the standard versus the prototype, or the one that we have in circulation now, are on the base. The base had, on the prototype, had a big gaping hole here. It was there for cable management and whatever. So after a lot of testing and working that out, simply cleaning the car and seeing the gurney spraying high pressure water up into that big hole on the roof rack, I was kind of like, okay, that needs to change. So we've reduced that down to a larger slotcher, which has got more than enough to get like an Anderson through a smaller Siggy, and most definitely the DC. We also have 2 other points here for DC mounting, for the cable, sorry, running through. We've also improved the slots on the bottom and the top, and just increased the length in some of the areas as well. The foam insert itself has also been modified, and now it nests the Starlink a tiny bit lower than the Perspex, so the Perspex is not actually resting onto the Starlink. So this is the version that's been in circulation from get-go. And yeah, there has been a couple other changes, well, just one other change midway through is we've got all black washers. So we've got the black bolts, spring washer and flat washer now, and they are stainless steel with coated in the black zinc. So they do look a little bit nice, as you can see there in the video. They just hide a bit instead of having the chrome ones. I do have a lot of customers reporting to me though that they change them out to like a star change or like a anti-theft lock bolt, which defeats the point of having the nice black ones. But hey, whatever works for you, makes you happy, sleep at night, that's great. So yeah, other than that, pretty much that's it. That's the bugger. We did, however, release about a month ago, maybe a little bit less, an Anderson version. So it's got an Anderson plug in it. Why the Anderson plug? Well, so basically we had a number of customers asking, saying they wanted something to be able to pop off quickly, put mag feet on it, suction caps, whatever. Just wanted a case for it to be in so it was protected, and they just wanted to be able to plug it in without having to unbolt the sides and stuff like that. We also had a couple of conversations with a few really good companies out in mining areas out in remote Australia, and they were all screaming at us to put an Anderson in it. So we did, and it's come out great, and it does change the whole, it just makes it really versatile, and yeah, easy for fleet companies who are using them on different vehicles and they need to just pop them off, and they've all got Anderson plugs on those vehicles, so quick connection. Also great for yeah, just great for guys that are, you know, going between different vehicles, that kind of a thing. So a popular add-on with the Anderson is the mag foot, which I'll go through in a little bit on the specs on those. So those also are available. Other than the Anderson on there, there's no change. It's pretty much the same. It's still got the same nesting foam in it. The foam has obviously been adapted on the lower section to fit the Anderson, but it will still encase the Starlink in that protective shock mount. So you've got the same really good benefits as the standard, just with a little bit more connectivity with the DC side of things. Another feature that we've added to these is we do them still in the textured Manix Black, which is a Dulux brand, and we also do them in a pearl gloss white. So for the guys, and again, that's mostly for fleet, people renting them out, and mines working out in remote areas where they just need to keep this bracket cool. They're working in really hot areas. The black's obviously not ideal, so the gloss is great for that. So yeah. Other than that, there hasn't been any further changes, and we're going to stick with these 2 variants for a while. We are looking to expand and do a few other bits and pieces, but we'll keep that under wraps for now. Onto the Perspex covers. So we have options now for 3 colors. So they've got the black, white, and the clear. A little bit of info about the Perspex. It is a 3mm Perspex sheet that is laser cut with polished edges. And all of the colors are UV resistant and stable. And they will tolerate heat up to 75 degrees constant and up to 95 short over a short period. So the product, the material itself is designed for the harder wearing situations, like our Aussie sun. A little bit of info based on what our customers are doing and what we've feedback from customers. Black is by far the most popular. We sell a lot of the black. The gloss black looks awesome on them, and it's just a cool thing. It's just one of those things, you know. However, if you're in the warmer areas like North Queensland, Northern Territories, some of the remote areas, you know, around WA and South Australia, you may be better off to go for the white or the clear, and for the summer months. So what we're finding a lot of customers doing is they're purchasing a black and a white, or black and a clear, and that covers both their bases depending on what they want to do if they're traveling in summer, traveling in winter. So that's what we've found. We're also worth mentioning, we've also found that customers that are mounting these straight onto toolboxes, canopies, that are mounting them dead flat onto those surfaces are more likely to get overheating with the black Perspex than the white or the clear. So if that's your application, if that's where you're mounting it straight on, I would most definitely be going for a clear or a white Perspex. And I would also highly recommend that before mounting these onto your roof rack, space them up 10 to 20 mils. The air cooling under there, separating it from the heat magnet canopy that you've got, sitting it right on top of that canopy or toolbox. As that canopy toolbox heats up with the sun, the heat rises and it goes straight into the Starlink, into the bracket, and then superheats the Starlink. And if you've got a black Perspex on the top, you've got heat from the top coming through and coming from the underside of it, and it's just going to overheat the Starlink. So I'd highly recommend, if you're mounting these onto a canopy or roof rack, we recommend putting a spacer on it. You can find a 10mm spacer. You can buy them pretty much anywhere from Bunnings, just a little alley 10mm spacer. The higher the better. Obviously aesthetics is important. You know, no one wants to have it sitting this high, so I do get it. But just a free tip on that, as from what we've worked with a couple of customers that have experienced some issues with heat when mounting onto top of canopies. And once done those little mods, the problem goes away. So yeah, so that's what I'll leave it at the Perspex there. So we've covered all the little bits of information on the Perspex. So another option is that we do now is the mag feet. So magnetic feet are great for customers that are buying the Anderson, want something that's removable quickly. People who don't have roof racks, you know, this is specifically designed for a roof rack, but with the mag feet on it, you can run it on just a standard roof. So a little bit about the mag feet. They are a rubber coated neodymium magnet with an 8mm thread on them. I don't know if you can see that. I'll get some close-ups of it. So the rubber coating protects your paint, and having a nice 8mm bolt on there, it gives it a lot of strength. This particular magnet has a 20 kilo downward pull, traction on it. And we've tested these with 4 on a Starlink bracket. We've tested these up to 120 k's an hour with gusting winds on the highway. However, we limited it to there mainly because obviously there's road rules in Australia that we have to obey, and essentially we did testing overtaking some vehicles to get the car up to 100, to get it up to 120 and then back down to the speed limit. They are incredibly strong, these magnet feet. It takes a little bit of muscle to get it off once it's on. But as anything like suction caps, mag feet, they do need to be regularly checked. If you're driving in really, really windy conditions and you're pushing the speed limit, I would highly recommend that you monitor where the bracket is and the position it is. So if it is moving, you can take note of that and be aware of it. So other than that, guys, that's pretty much it. We have had a number of people asking for a video on how to break one down, how to put it together. Is it easy to do? Is it hard to do? Some of those questions. So I will do that now with my one. I've been waiting 4 months for this bracket, and I got it done in a sandy taupe to match the cruiser behind me. That's right, 4 months. Every time I built one for myself, we sold too many and it just went out in the mail. So some couple of lucky customers are rolling around with my one. So yeah, so what I'll do from here is I'll get these guys out of the way, and I'll assemble this, do a little video on it, assembling it, go through the ins and outs of it. And then what I'll do is I will also mount it up on the roof rack and go through all that on what we think is the best way to mount them, and just, you know, to show the slots working and how they go over different areas of the roof rack and stuff like that. So yeah, let's get stuck into it. All right, guys. So this is the base, how you get it from us. So yeah, whilst I've got all of the side covers off it, I'll just remind people that there is slots on the top and bottom, just up here, or should I say the front and back of the bracket. A lot of people, because we supply these fully assembled, the cover goes over and they don't realize there's slots there. So there is slots there, and those are the ones that I'll be using today when I mount it up. So the first thing we do with these brackets is we put the front and the back covers onto them. So I'll leave that just there. And just using an Allen key to screw the bolt in. And the nut certs that are used on these are stainless steel as well, so you won't have any rusting, and they're also very strong. So that makes repeat removal no issue at all. From time to time, if you find you get a bit of dust in them or anything like that, and you are removing it regularly, a little bit of WD-40 will go a long way with the stainless on stainless, because the bolts are stainless as well. Okay, so once you've done that, we've got front and back on. You can tighten those up once it's fitted up on the roof rack. I'm going to remove those again just to mount it, but I'm just going through the whole install process of it now. So what you then do is you drop your foam in. Again, if you've got a cable ready to go and have it connected up there, you can plug your Starlink and run your cables in, or just drop your Starlink in like that. The back of the Starlink, well, the opening of the Starlink always goes to the side of the larger slot here. And we just drop it in like that. Okay, Perspex on top. And I've already put fingerprints all over the gloss black, so it's starting to look terrible. That's one thing with the gloss black I don't like. Touch it, it leaves little marks everywhere. Now, on the sides here, the side screws here, they're actually slot holes. And the reason we do that is so that you can pinch down on the Perspex. Look, a lot of the time you won't have to, but it's worth doing it before you tighten it up. And I'm not going to do it right now because I've got to take this all out again. But I can just show you sort of how it goes. All right, that's the last screw in there. So if you're wanting to tighten down on the Perspex, if you're worried it's going to move, I mean, I haven't even tightened it up tight and it's not moving. So what you do is I'll loosen these up again because I just tighten them up a bit. So what you want to do is basically just put a little bit of pressure there. Not too much, just a little bit of downward force, not much. You don't want to be pushing the Perspex in and curving it up on itself. Just a little bit of pressure, and you just nip those up. And that's it. And the Perspex won't come out. Perspex is stuck in there pretty good, and repeat the process on the other side. So that's pretty much it, guys. There's 8 bolts. So you've got 2 on each side, and put the front ones on, back first, front, back first, and then you got your sides, and your sides will hold down your Perspex. So to remove that Perspex now, I have to remove the 2 sides. We do get a lot of questions asking how quick is it to pull it apart. Well, it's 2 bolts, it's 4 bolts. And you've got to climb up on your roof rack. So, you know, these are designed for permanent fixture. And like I was saying, if you did want it removable, maybe thinking about the mag feet option is the way to go. But you obviously need roof to do that. You can't mount that onto your roof rack being aluminium. It won't stick to it. Oh yeah. All right, so that's that pretty much done, ready to rock and roll. So what we'll do from here is we'll head up on the roof rack and we'll get this mounted in, and yeah, I'll just run through it really quickly. I've done it all on the previous video with the prototype, but I feel like, yeah, we'll just go through it again quickly and just show you sort of what it's all about. But yeah, cool, let's do it. Okay, so here we are on top of the roof rack. I'm just going to be running this cable through here. I'm just going to push it through that hole. Alright, so I'm good to rock and roll. I've already got the channel nuts in the channels, so I'm just going to roughly line it up instead of messing around taking them in and out. Okay, that's it. One. So I'm mounting this with 4 bolts today. You can mount these with just 2, using just the single channel. It can be done. There isn't a huge amount of weight in these Starlinks, so it's more than safe enough to do. And being that you're using 8mm bolts, it won't be an issue. We do supply the Starlinks with channel nuts or bolts, so you just got to select whether you've got a Rhino 6, 5, 4, or a Yakima, or a Titan roller rack. Get there eventually. So we do sell the channel nuts as well, or you can option just for like the lock nut version as well. So if you're mounting it onto like a canopy or whatever, so we do that as well. So yeah, or no bolts, it's up to you. So okay, so with those screws in place, what we'll do is make sure the cables definitely run through. We're good to go there. So I'm just going to mount this down now, just tighten it all up. I'm probably going to have to change the tool onto the little wrench we got here. As you can see from the slots that I'm using, there really is a lot of application to mount in different areas. Your orientation is not too important as well. You can mount them sideways as well. It doesn't really matter. So if you're limited to space on your roof rack, it doesn't have to be in this orientation. It could be across 3 or whatever. So it's really up to you at the end of the day. We've tested it with both ways and haven't found any issues. So yeah, I'll just nip these up nice and tight. Okay. All right, so with that mounted in, what we can do now is drop the Starlink in. I'll just move the Perspex over. So we'll drop it in, we'll make sure. So you can see where the recess is cut into the Starlink for the power. That always needs to be facing to the back of the vehicle. You don't want it facing forward, so it's going to put pressure. Not that you're going to get a direct channel of air in there, but you just never know. So it's better off to face that backwards. So I'll plug that in now. Yep. Just a bit of slack. Okay, that's in. So I'm going to have to pull the cable back, feed it through, and that's good. All right, so Starlink's in now. What we can do is we can lay the Perspex on for now. Just get it out of the way. And what I'll need to be doing is mounting my front and my rear deflectors on. To ensure that it pinches on that Perspex, and just nip them up. I'll have to get the little side wrench on that one. And the same for this side. Just loosen up a tiny bit. Just a little bit of pressure. I'm not putting much pressure, just a tiny bit of pressure. It doesn't need a huge amount. And that's that there. Okay. and that's not coming out. That's good. I'll just nip up the other side. And that's it, guys, done. Pretty easy to fit up. Yeah, so like I say, now if you did want to remove the Starlink, you want to put it by your caravan or whatever, just have to remove the two side ones, that's it, pop it all out, and you can actually put the Perspex back in with the foam and tie it all down, and that should be fine. So, so that's for the guys that want something that's a little bit more removable or whatever, that's the way to go. But yeah, so that's it, guys. That's pretty much it on the final video on these. Yeah, so that's finished up. I hope you guys like the sandy look. It looks pretty cool. I don't know if the camera is going to do it justice, but the powder coat is like perfect to the car paint, which is amazing. So I'm probably going to get robbed now because everyone's going to see it standing out there. So something to be said about having, you know, blending in. Anyways, I'll leave it at that. If you have any questions, you can leave comments in the video. Better off to email us. I don't go onto YouTube all that often, but if you email us, we will get back to you, and in a timely fashion as well. So if it's dead set serious question and you need it answered, shoot us an email. I'll put all the email links, our website, all the product links in the video description as well. So you can easily access that. And yeah, for all the international customers, yes, we do ship these internationally. We ship them everywhere. We have shipped them to all sorts of places in Europe, UK, USA, UAE, and even some to South Africa, even though I think the Starlink's illegal there. But hey, we'll send it wherever you want. So, and a lot of those places, you don't even have to contact us. It should just automatically work out the freight for you. So yeah. Anywho, I'm going to leave it at that. Yeah, so thanks for watching, and catch you on the next vid, I guess. Cheers.